All right, man, you already know. Welcome back to my channel, man. I hope y'all having a great day, whoever, or a great night, whenever you're listening to this. But, of course, before we get started, make sure you like the video. Make sure you just leave a comment on the video. And that's pretty much it. You can subscribe if you want to. I do appreciate it if you do. But if you don't, I ain't worried about it. But I just want you to comment. And just comment the most randomest thing. Or if not, just literally comment and just go on your keyboard and just press, like, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. You know what I'm saying? So just do whatever you want to do. But today's video is about, I will say, choices. Okay? And how you need to make sure that your choices are great, right? I mean, listen, you make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You're not gonna always make the best choices. I mean, unless you like one of them super smart people. And if you are one of them people out there, I guess you could just listen to the video out of fun. So yeah. But for the rest of basically everybody, listen, if you make a choice, make sure that you make the choice to understand where that choice could go. So let's say one thing right here, right? Let's say I make the choice every day I eat I don't know, like a Snickers bar or something like that, right? Every day I go into the store, or maybe I just buy like a week's worth of Snicker bars every week, right? I'm eating the Snicker bars, eating the candy bars, and out of nowhere, oh my god, I'm like, oh my god, my teeth hurt, oh my god, or oh my god, I'm fat, right? But you act like you don't know why your teeth hurt or why you may have gained some weight. And the reason is you're eating candy bars every day. And maybe, who knows? Maybe you could be somebody who eat one a day. Maybe you could be somebody who eat like, I don't know, 10 a day. Like you need one for like you need 3 in the morning, you need 3 for lunch, and you need another like 4 and 5 to just go to sleep. Like, oh, it's time to go to sleep. Let me, right? You made that choice. You made the choice to have the teeth, the cavities or teeth ache, or to be the one who weighs a lot of pounds, right? And that's a choice. That's a choice that you make. Nobody's forcing you to go buy candy bars. Now, same with cigarettes. Well, I guess cigarettes is different because I guess, you know, depending on who you ask, it may be some type of, you know, chemical attachment to it. Like, you know, it is hard for people to quit smoking. I personally don't know. I personally would not want to find out. So, I don't want to leave the cigarette thing alone, but just like the candy bar thing, that's a choice. And this comes from just, I feel like in life, and the biggest thing that you can do in life is make more life, right? And this is the main thing of where this video comes from today, because this week I was talking to somebody about divorce, right? I don't know how it happened. I really couldn't even tell you. But he was basically saying, you know, how, I mean, it was divorce, but about child support. It's really about child support. But it was just about like him and his wife being mad or whatever and putting him on child support. And he was just telling me this information about how much money it is to be on child support. So when you own child support, like they can really just take they can take a lot of money, basically a lot of it, right? And your only real your best bet about the child support is 2 things, right? One, you just marry this amazing woman who goes to the court and say, hey, I want to get them off child support. I don't want to do it anymore, right? Make sure you put that in paper, because if you don't put it in paper, she could be like, y'all, you could think things are cool, like maybe you go to court, you know, you're supposed to pay the money, and then y'all, you get cool with her, or you somehow, you know, get her to come back, or maybe you decide to come back to her or whatever. So she's like, hey, don't worry about child support, I don't care about it, right? But she says this, but she only saying it, okay? Now, I don't know if it works if maybe she put it on paper, but if not, at the end of the day, if the court says, listen, you have to pay her this money every month, and that's it. You have to pay her that money every month, you know, according to the law, unless you just happen to leave the country and say these laws don't apply to me. But yeah, you have to pay her that money every month, right? And it just because she said it was cool, she could say it's cool, and then let's say everything's going good for like, I don't know, like 8 months or something. And then after 8 months of not paying child support, everything's cool, cuddling up with her, watching movies, going out on dates to eat pancakes, right? You end up, I don't know, maybe making her mad, or maybe she just gets bored of you. So now, because she's mad at you or bored of you, and you mad at her, or you made her mad, she decides to go to the court and let them know that you have not been paying child support for the last 8 months. I mean, it could even be as worse as 8 years. It could be cool for 8 years and then boom, she flipped the switch. Now I don't know how it works, if maybe she have to re-up on child support, but I feel like from what I heard, it's more of a solid thing. Like literally, I don't know. Like once they say it, like they can say you have to pay child support when the baby is like 2. So it's like 2 years old. You end up being back cool with the mom, and now the baby, and then like the mom just tells you you don't have to pay child support, and the baby is like, I don't know, like 16, right? Like just getting in the car. So y'all been together, broke up or whatever, but then y'all been cool or maybe back together since the baby was like 2 years old. Now the baby is like 16, all right? The mom could get mad in an argument, go to the court, tell them that you have not been paying child support for, I don't know. Okay, let's just do the math. Let's see. So you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 14 years you have not been paying child support. And now I realize I could have just did 6 minus 2, but that's beside the point. But literally, that's 14 years of some type of child support. And again, the thing about child support is it depends on how much money you make, but more importantly, how many kids you got, right? You can make, you can have one kid, pay child support. It's probably a little bit more doable than it is if you had 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, right? You got people like Nick Cannon, people like Eddie Murphy, but I think Eddie Murphy's been with his wife for a minute, at least, publicly. I don't know what it's like, but Eddie Murphy's kids cool. I don't know if they all have the same parents or not. I don't know. I just know he got a lot of kids. But that, Nick Cannon, other people, a lot of rappers, obviously, and it's just like, if these women is putting them on child support, imagine how much money they're getting. Imagine how much money they're getting, and remember, they're getting that, and that dude has to produce that amount of money, bro. And the dude I was talking to at the thing, he was just like, yo, like, it's so crazy because he got to pay child support. And not only do you pay child support, you have to pay child support, you have to pay for that child's like half of everything. So he said like life insurance and other stuff he had to pay for. He didn't get all into the details. I think like swimming lessons, he was saying. I'm like, bro, what? Now, granted, if you had the child, you would still pay for all these things. But my thing about child support is you're paying more than you would if you had the child, right? Let's say if I had a kid, and let's say, I don't know, let's say on a monthly basis, I probably spent about, I don't know, like $100 or something. And this is just basic stuff. This is not like a TV, a nice room. This is just basic food, clothes, and like a certain amount of clothes. Like maybe a good clothes that they can have like 7 outfits for each day of the week, and then you just wash them over type stuff. And then food, clothes, maybe education on just like the basic education. But again, this is a child, so I'm assuming school, high school is kind of free. I don't know. This is not a paid high school to go to. But anyway, it's just the basic stuff. I spend about maybe 100, no more than 200, right? A month at least, right? And now on child support, if I had the kid with me, or me and the wife is married, I'm spending about maybe 200 on everything for the week, right? But now I have to spend about maybe maybe even like $800 a month on this child, and it's like, that is so crazy. So you went from paying 200 a month to 800. That's wild. But he didn't tell me his price. He just said it was like expensive. I think he did round it up to about $2,000 somehow. I literally have no idea. I don't have any idea, because it was a couple days ago and a lot of stuff happened, and the conversation is not as clear in my head as it was like, oh, we just had the conversation 5 minutes ago. But he was just saying that like that's the possibility of stuff that could happen. And the biggest one that really kept with me was, he was like, on child support, like they can charge you off your child support off your potential. So again, if I was making like, I don't know, say I'm making 70, 80K, let's say 80. I'm making 80K a year, right? And then she's filing for child support. You would think, oh, they just gonna charge her child support based off that 80K. No. If she knows, or somehow they know or whatever, your job is gonna give you a promotion, or you in the works to be like higher up, and now instead of 80K, you getting paid like, 100K or 120K, whatever. They're gonna charge you off of you making that 100K. So let's say I just was making 100, so I went from 80K to 100, and they knew I was gonna do that in like the next, I don't know, like 3 years. They can charge me that now, And I'm like, bro, how y'all gonna charge me for 100K? I don't even make 100K. But they be like, but he was like, they be like, well, you will make 100K, so we just gonna charge off of that. I'm like, bro, what? That doesn't even add up. That literally doesn't make sense. I would be at least okay if y'all was like, okay, until you make the 100K, we're gonna charge off the 80K. And when you start making 100K, we're just gonna charge you off 100K. I'm like, okay, at least that makes sense. But apparently, I think from what I was getting from him was, you still making 80K, but because you can make 100K, or you will, they're gonna charge you 100K. And I'm just like, that is so crazy. Like, that's not fair at all. And just the whole system is not fair. I understand that probably on majority level, men leave families and leaves the wife to financial, craziness, right? Because when you are in situations of, you don't have no money, you start doing crazy stuff, or maybe just, I don't know, the whole family dies or something. I don't know. Maybe the girl, she doesn't have food to provide or something. I don't know the full ins and out of that type of, life, experience. But I will say, the people who do try to make an effort, the men who try to make an effort to be in their lives, and maybe they have a divorce or something like that because, okay, maybe they cheated, or maybe they just decided to break up with the girl, or maybe whatever the case may be, it was just a positive way where they are trying, they want to be in the child's life, but the government and stuff is still making them seem like they just, I don't know, some monster who's just like, hey, I'm out of here, tell the family to make sure to put the Christmas lights away or something, all right? I don't know, but it's just like, that's just so unfair, especially when you try to do it. And like, now that I'm, as I'm getting older and I'm meeting people who have these situations, it's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie, because women use that to, and I understand now, having a child is a lot for women, right? They could, but they could pass away giving birth, right? It's possible. For some, I still feel like it's a natural thing. So as painful as it is, I feel like majority of, I don't know. I don't want to put anything bad on there, but I just want to say from my experience, majority of women have babies, right? It is maybe a couple complications, maybe a miscarriage, but for the most part, she's going to have the baby. Obviously, she's in pain while she's having it. I'm not denying that part. But I'm saying once it's done, everything is normal. Like, once she have the kids, it's just she have that loving attachment, whatever the case may be, and she goes about her normal day. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, I heard stories of some women, they just busting out kids on a yearly basis. They got like 6 kids and they all a year apart from each other. How old are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they all like that. I'm like, what? Right? Some people can do that, right? Some women, can bust out like 2 sets of twins. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But that just shows you how amazing the female body is. So, and how strong women are, of course. But back to the main thing of just child support. That's so wild. And then the fact that you have to split all this stuff, and then the fact that women just use it to be so petty. Now, this is the thing about the pettiness of women. All right, a lot of their pettiness comes from financial hurt, because they cannot physically hurt you to the point that I guess you feel what they feel. Like, that's their logic. Their logic is like, well, you hurt me and I want to hurt you as bad as you hurt me. Okay, I hurt you emotionally. I'm sorry that I hurt you emotionally, and obviously girls go more for emotions. If you were strong enough and could hurt me physically, I would just be salty, but I would just, keep moving. Okay, I'm not about to try to get better. So, you beat me physically, I can't beat you physically, so I'm just gonna try to beat you financially. Like, no. And I understand it. Like, if I did have, like a daughter, and she met some guy who played her or whatever like that, I may want her to do a little physical damage, like, what's gonna really hurt him, get his pockets. But sometimes, again, depending on the situation, that was an extreme level. If he was doing some type of Tyler Perry movie, effect to her or something like that, okay, then yes, hurt him financially. But if it's a situation where literally, it was a one-time cheating thing, or maybe it was just a simple fact of he just wasn't excited to see you or something like that, I'm gonna try to be like, listen, you just gotta let people. So like, everybody's not gonna like you, or things change. That's the thing. It's all based off of emotions, bro, and emotions change. One day I can like cheeseburgers. The next day I can like turkey burgers. Okay, I don't know, right? But I'm not to be tied down and married to the hamburger. And now that I'm gonna hurt the hamburger feelings and eating turkey burgers, now I have to suffer. Okay, I just went for what I like. Men always go for peace. Women is the one who usually, I don't know, they go for people, they accept unpeace. And at the same time, they like to not cause peace, because they always, Everything can be peaceful, and then the girl comes in, and literally because it is peaceful, she just feels like, we got to change it up a little bit. Literally, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just don't understand what women don't understand about that. But they always doing stuff. It's cool in some cases. Other cases, it's like, listen, like if I was at home, literally chilling, the kids are chilling, the wife would just come home like, this is so boring. Let's just clean up everything and rearrange the whole house. Everybody, let's go. I'm like, bro, how about we just keep everything the same and you go in the garden or something if you want to change. If you want to change, you could go make us a tomato plant in the backyard and have tomato soup for dinner or something. How about, even though that's too much of a change. You just make the tomatoes and sell them yourself or something. I don't want tomato soup, but yeah, I don't know. It's just lazy. But the main thing about this video is just like the choices you make, understand that there are longevity choices sometimes, right? Like we use the candy bar. That's fixable. That's stoppable. You can just stop eating the candy bars every day or every, whatever. Lose the weight or go to the dentist and get probably your teeth filled. I don't really know. Once you mess up your teeth, you kind of out of luck. But, in some situations, you could just get that situated, right? But if the other situation where now you done created this baby with maybe some one night stand or some girl that you don't really connect with, but you just find her attractive and your lust is so heavy for this woman, but you don't like her at all, do you want her to carry a child for the rest of your life? Do you want her to have the possibility that to be able to just, take all the money away, all the stuff? And again, if you don't pay this child support, you're going to prison with people who actually deserve to be there. Okay? If I just feel like it should be a separate prison room for, these are people who just, didn't pay child support versus these are people who are murderers and stuff like that and all this other stuff. Like, what? Like, I was a contributing member to society. I just wasn't contributing to my ex-wife or baby mom or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. And it's like, man, listen, you make this choice to Netflix and chill with some girl or Disney Plus and chill, whatever. You got to be just willing to know I would say just get to know the girl, right? Your best bet for me, I'm praying that I get a girl who, one, doesn't put me on child support, and two, if she would at least maybe change her mind or something after the pettiness went away or maybe the anger went away, and she would just go to the court and officially take me off child support, you know what I'm saying, legally. So I that's what I would pray for if I was ever in that situation. I couldn't imagine having to pay a lot of money, and especially a girl who's using you for the money, man. The gold digging stuff and all this other stuff where they trapping you. It's crazy. Athletes and famous people, they get hit with them. But again, I feel like that's also why they work so hard. They work so hard because they need all that money. They need to pay all these stuff that they have to pay. So I would definitely just say the biggest thing is just make your choice. Same with friends, man. You can have a great friend, and now if that friend gets jealous or something, who knows? Maybe they can like turn around and sabotage your life or something like that, because you trusted them enough to be in your inner circle, and now the inner circle is falling apart because that person got some type of way. But hopefully, again, you make the choice to make sure that you have friends who you could trust, that even if y'all went y'all different ways or fell out, it would be okay. You wouldn't have nothing to worry about. There wouldn't be no type of sneak fires around, right? And it wouldn't have to be something where you have to watch your back. It's just something where we just don't get along anymore. We don't talk anymore, and that's it. It just is what it is. So, yeah, that's the video for today because it's super long. But just make sure you make the right choices in life and just know that, like, your choices can stay with you, or it can be a choice that it can be a path that you can change. So you can go a different direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's the video for today. Just remember, this is your reality. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. And remember, if you believe it, you can achieve it, man. But the main thing is just remember, you always are one decision or one choice from a totally different life, man. Whether it's a life of you eating candy bars every day or a life where you didn't pay child support and now you're in prison. These are our choices, man. So, just work out with that. And, hopefully y'all have a great time when y'all watch this video. And remember to leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, all the other, stuff that you're supposed to do and say on here. So, yeah.